Hello students, in this video we are going to learn lesson number 10, disaster management. Already in 6th standard you have learnt about disaster management. Disasters are of two main kinds, man-made and natural. We can prevent certain disasters while it is necessary to take precautions in the case of some other disasters. Natural and man-made disasters are related to each other. Natural disasters such as famine, lightning strikes, cloudbursts, storms, etc. occur due to changes in the weather. There is the possibility of damage to property in such natural calamities. Before we continue the lesson, let's first understand the concept what is a disaster. A sudden event that causes large scale damage to life, property, and social aspects of a nation or society is called a disaster. What is disaster management? Community participation and disaster management are closely related. Taking steps to prevent disasters, making plans to face disasters, and developing the capacity for that is called disaster management. To prevent or reduce damage caused by natural or man made disasters, emergency planning and management is required. And always remember that during a disaster, helping and supporting each other is our moral responsibility. Famine, the condition that arises due to long term and severe scarcity of food grains and water, is called famine. Famines can be very severe. Although the main cause of famine is natural phenomena, yet a famine condition is created by some human activities besides some natural events. Now let's see the causes of famine. Drought is the most important cause for famine. Heavy rains and floods due to which crops getting washed away or damaged. Environmental changes such as climate change and global warming. Damage of crops due to attack of pests, locusts or diseases. Damage caused by animals like mice and rats. A natural calamity like earthquakes, storms, cold or fog. Man-made causes of famine are war, internal unrest, absence of transport routes, uncontrolled population growth, etc. Asia is the most famine-affected continent of the world. Man-made causes of famine. Imbalance between rainfall and increased human population, the excessive demand for water resulting into water scarcity, unlimited lifting of water and its misuse. Due to green revolution, there is increase in the production of food grains, but at the same time there is environmental imbalance due to excessive use of chemical fertilizers, pesticides and weedicides, erosion of land. Now let's see what we can do to stop the severity of a famine. Firstly, planned usage of water and reuse of water. Proper planning of water conservation and harvesting at the local level. Large scale plantation of trees and prevention of deforestation. Making appropriate changes in plans taking into account the weather forecasts. Next is cloudburst. Cloudburst means very heavy rains as if a cloud has burst. It occurs when there is sudden raining over a specific and small region at a rate of 100 mm per hour or more. Water coming down from rain clouds does not reach the land in the form of rain, but due to very high temperature near the land, it vaporizes again and goes back into the same clouds. This results in very high amount of water vapor in clouds, which result in cloud burst. During floods, water is accumulated at one place in a very large amount. This is caused due to heavy rainfall. The river may also overflow and spread its water along the banks. Huge loss of life and property. The excessive rainwater cannot be drained due to choking of drain pipes. Transportation and electric supply gets halted. Soil erosion takes place resulting into damage to farms and crops. Cattle lost their life. The epidemic spread and harmed the health of the people after the flood water recede. Protective measures in view of floods. construction of small dams in mountainous regions, construction of percolation tanks, making riverbeds flat, cultivation of new forests, connecting rivers. By doing all these things, we can have certain precautions can be done. Students, you have learnt about generation of electric charges and lightning strikes in the lesson on static electricity. In this lesson, we shall learn something more about lightning and the measures for protection from it. There are some important wonderful things which you would really like to know. That not all lightning strikes the ground. In fact, about 95% of the lightning flashes are limited to the sky. Only 5% of lightning reaches the ground. Lightning can be generated within one cloud, between two clouds, or between a cloud and the ground. About 40 lightning flashes occur per second in the atmosphere. The temperature generated by lightning is higher than that of the sun. Due to this high temperature, the air under high pressure expands suddenly and a loud crashing sound is heard. Do you know that lightning strikes open ground maximum times? The world's mortality rate due to lightning is low. However, survivors of lightning strikes suffer long-term effects. Immediate treatment of lightning affected persons can save their life. A study of places struck with lightning show that it happens more on open ground than under a tree or near water. Mishaps have occurred most often when a person is at a high place or near a tall object. So necessary precautions have to be taken to avoid all these things. What precautions will you take during thunderstorms? Firstly, do not stand on open ground or below a tree. Do not go to a high location or climb a tree. Do not stand near an electric pole, a telephone pole, a tower, etc. Do not lean or wide fences around a farm, a compound, a garden, or a house. If you are on a two-wheeler, a bicycle, a tractor, or a boat, get off immediately and go to a safe place. Do not gather all together in one place. Take care to keep a distance of 15 feet between any two persons. Do not use plugged-in electrical appliances. Do not use a mobile or telephone. Stand on dry wood, a plastic sheet, sack, or jute cloth or dry leaves. Keeping your feet together, support yourself on the soles of your feet, placing your hands on your knees and crouch low. Swimmers or fishermen should immediately come out of the water. A pakka house is the safest place. Find out if there is a lightning conductor on any tall building near your house. If necessary, get a lightning conductor fitted on your house. Volcano. A volcano is a natural event or phenomena. The interior of the earth is very hot. Movement of hot substances continuously occur from the interior toward the surface of the earth. As a result, sometimes the solid, liquid, and gaseous substances below the earth's crust are pushed towards the crust. When these substances come out of the earth's crust in an eruption and starts flowing, it is called a volcano. Now let's see what are the effects of a volcano. The chemical substances such as lava, vapor, hot mud, sulfur, etc. get collected on the surface of the earth and thereby mountains and hills are created. The atmosphere gets polluted due to the ash and gases ejected by the volcano. Often, it rains as a result of a volcanic eruption. Temperature rises due to hot gases. Forests and settlements get buried under the hot mud. Volcanoes erupt in the sea as they do on land. The same substances that come out during the eruption of a volcano on the land are ejected during the eruption of a volcano in the sea. Some islands are created due to the eruption of volcanoes in the sea. It is not possible to prevent the eruption of a volcano, to stop it after it erupts, or to control it. However, by means of science and technology, it is possible to predict an eruption and to take immediate steps for disaster management. Next is tsunami. As on land, earthquakes and volcanic eruptions occur at the bottom of the sea too. If an earthquake occurs at the bottom of ocean, the energy released pushes the water upwards. As a result of this, a peculiar type of waves are formed. These waves are not very high near the source, but they start spreading very fast to long distances. The velocity of these waves is 800 to 900 km per hour. When they reach a coastal area, their velocity is reduced, but their height is found to have increased tremendously, even to about 30 meters. Such a wave generated by an earthquake or volcano occurring on the ocean floor is called a tsunami. Tsunami is a Japanese word which means harbor wave. Now, what are the destructive effects of tsunami? Buildings and other constructions are destroyed. There is large scale loss of life and financial loss. Boats and ships near the coast get damaged. Trees get uprooted. Landslides take place on a large scale. Changes take place in the original land near the coast, giving rise to swamps. Traffic obstructions arise. The business industry related to the sea are adversely affected and normal day to day life is disrupted. Large scale damage is caused to harbors. Now, what precautionary measures can be taken? When a tsunami wave is formed due to an earthquake on the sea floor, it is necessary that an immediate estimate is made of its progress and a warning of the danger is issued to the people in the coastal area. For this purpose, an artificial geostationary satellite is of great use. Students, always remember that regularly cut down trees or branches that are likely to fall and cause damage. If you are outside, take shelter in a safer place. If you are away from home, inform your close relatives and friends about your exact location. At home, shut the values of gas regulators and turn off the electric supply. Make telephone calls to warn your relatives and friends about the probable danger. Tell them to go to a safer place. Give temporary shelter to people who are far away from their homes. These are certain important things which we can do as a precaution during the disaster time so that we can be careful and have some safety. 13th October is always celebrated as International Day for Disaster Reduction. So students, in this way we have completed the lesson. Now you have to read the lesson carefully and complete the exercise given on page number 70. You have to write the question answers properly, read all the important points given and watch the video carefully. In the next video, we shall learn a new lesson. Till then, take care and study well.